Hi friends, once again KT sir is here from the channel KartiK Tuitions. In my last video, we had discussed about cone. I request you to watch that video first and then continue with this video because today's concept is very much similar to the cone. So if you understand that concept, it will become easy for you to understand this concept also. So let's start with today's video. I have taken a cone. Now I use a blade to cut a small conical part of it. Now when I do that, I get a new solid which is termed as frustum. Now this frustum is a very common example in our day-to-day life. But before that, let's understand how many surfaces it has. See, if you observe, it has two circular faces and both the circular will have a different radius. So there are two circular faces, one curved surface area. So this frustum has two circular faces and one curved surface area. Let's proceed further. So now the daily life examples are bucket, then a glass or the lampshade. These are the examples of our frustum. Let's proceed further. Now I have a frustum. Now since there are two circular faces, we are going to have the two radius. Now the radius of the larger circular face is taken as R1 and the radius of the smaller circular face is taken as R2. Then the segment joining the center of two circular faces is termed as your height, which will be perpendicular to both the radius, and this will be our slant height. Now in this we are first going to talk about slant height. Now slant height here is nothing else but root of R1 minus R2 the whole square plus h square. The next is curved surface area. Now curved surface area here will become pi into R1 plus R2 into L. Then the third is total surface area. Now when I say total surface area, I am going to talk about curved surface area plus area of a larger circular face, that is pi R1 square, plus area of smaller circular face, that is pi R2 square. And the last, that is volume. Volume is nothing else but 1 upon 3 pi into R1 square plus R2 square plus R1 into R2 into H. Now I know you may find it a bit difficult to keep this in your mind. So what I will do, now I'll show you how these formulas are similar to your cone. So first, let's write down all the formulas of cone. Now see, I have mentioned all the formulas of cone. Now let's see how we can correlate it with frustum. Now slant height for the cone is root of R square plus H square. So now when we talk about frustum, here the formula becomes root of R1 minus R2 the whole square plus H square. Now when we talk about curved surface area of a cone, it is pi RL. So when we talk about frustum, यहाँ खाली एक रेडियस तो होंगे नहीं, दो रेडियस होंगे. So instead of R, we are going to have pi into R1 plus R2 into L. Now when I talk about total surface area is what? Curved surface area plus area of circular faces. So it will become pi R1 plus R2 into L plus pi R1 square plus pi R2 square. And the last, volume. Now volume is what? 1 upon 3 pi R square H. So here it will become 1 upon 3 pi into, now instead of R square, we'll have R1 square plus R2 square plus R1 into R2 into H. I hope you are able to correlate both the formulas. My sincere request is to write each formula 25 times before starting with the sums of frustum. But now we'll proceed with the sums. The radii of ends of frustum are 14 centimeter and 6 centimeter respectively, and its height is 6 centimeter. Find its curved surface area, total surface area, and volume of frustum. Now देखो, दो radius दिए हुए हैं. Now our R1 will become 14 centimeter, R2 will become 6 centimeter, and H is our 6 centimeter. Now first they have asked us to find curved surface area. What is the formula? Pi into R1 plus R2 into L. तो बस खाली सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है अपने को. नाउ हियर, लेकिन L तो अपने पास है नहीं, तो L फाइंड करना पड़ेगा. L के लिए फॉर्मूला हमने अभी सीखा है, रूट ऑफ R1 माइनस R2 द होल स्क्वायर प्लस H स्क्वायर. Now here, root of our R1 is 14. So it is 14 minus R2 is 6. So minus 6, the whole square plus 6 square. Now 14 minus 6 क्या हो जाएगा? It will become 8. So it is 8 square plus 6 square. Now 8 square is 64, 6 square is 36. So 64 plus 36 will give us 100 and square root of 100 will give us 10. So here our slant height is 10 centimeter. Now let's go to the curved surface area. The formula is pi into R1 plus R2 into L. Now here, pi will take it as 3.14 into R1 is 14 plus 6 and our L value is 10. So into 10. Now first solve the bracket. So 3.14 into 14 plus 6 will become 20. So it is 20 into 10. So now here, see 2 into 1 is 2. 2 into 3.14 will give us 6.28. But here it is 20 into 10, that will give us 200. So basically 3.14 into 200 will give us 628 centimeter square. So the curved surface area of a frustum is 628 centimeter square. Let's proceed to the next part of sum. Now next we have to find total surface area. Now total surface area का formula क्या है? Pi into R1 plus R2 into L plus pi R1 square plus pi R2 square. Am I correct? Now let's start. देखो पहले का वैल्यू तो हमने ऑलरेडी फाइंड किया है तो खाली सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है. What is it? 628 plus pi, that is 3.14 into R1 is 14, so it is 14 into 14 plus pi, that is 3.14 into 6 into 6, that is 6 square. Now here 628 plus, here we have to multiply 3.14 with 14 square, that is 196, so that will give us 615.44. Same way 3.14 into 36 will give us 113.04. Now when we find the sum of this, you get 1356.48 centimeter square. So the total surface area of a frustum is 1356.48 centimeter square. Now the last part of the sum is volume of a frustum. Volume का formula क्या था? 1/3 pi h into R1 square plus R2 square plus R1 into R2. Now here 1/3 into 3.14 into 6. Then R1 square. R1 is 14, so it is 14 square plus 6 square plus 14 into 6. So now here 3 ones are 3 twos are. So basically 3.14 into 2 into, now 14 square is 196, 6 square is 36 and 14 into 6 will give us 84. So here it will become 6.28 into, now when we add all the terms of the bracket, we'll get 316. Now if you multiply this, you are going to get 1984.48 centimeter cube. So the volume of the frustum is 1984.48 centimeter cube. I hope you have understood this sum. Let's move towards next sum. The radii of two circular ends of a frustum shaped bucket are 14 centimeter and 7 centimeter. Height of the bucket is 30 centimeter. How many liters of water it can hold? Now see, there is a bucket of frustum shape where the R1 is given to us as 14 centimeter and R2 is given to us as 7 centimeter. And the height of the bucket is given to us as 30 centimeter. Now, how many liters of the water it can hold? That means they are talking about the capacity of a bucket. Now, capacity of bucket is nothing else but the volume of frustum. And what is the formula? Now, what is the formula? 1/3 pi h into R1 square plus R2 square plus R1 into R2. Now, let's substitute the values. So, 1/3 into pi, we'll take it as what? 3.14 into h, that is 30 into. Now, R1 is given to us as 14. So, it is 14 square plus 7 square plus 14 into 7. Now here 3 ones are 3 tens are. So we get 3.14 into 10, that is 31.4 into. Now 14 square is 196 plus 7 square is 49 and 14 into 7 will give us 98. So here 3.14 into. Now when we add all the terms of a bracket, you get it as 343. So 31.4 into 343 will give us 10770.2 centimeter cube. But your sum is not over yet. Sir Q, see they want us to find how many liters of water. So you have to convert this volume into liters. Now as it is given in a sum, 1 liter is equals to 1000 centimeter cube. So we'll just divide this by 1000. Now when we divide this by 1000, it will become 10.7702 liters. So in other words, the capacity of a bucket will become 10.7702 liters. I hope you have understood this sum. Let's move towards one more sum. A washing tub in a shape of frustum of a cone has a height 21 centimeter. The radii of circular top and the bottom are 20 centimeter, 15 centimeter. What is the capacity of the tub? Now see here, they have given us height as 21 centimeter, R1 as 20 centimeter, and R2 as 15 centimeter. Now again they are talking about capacity of a tub. So in other words, they are talking about volume of a frustum. So volume of a frustum is what? 1 upon 3 pi h into R1 square plus R2 square plus R1 into R2. Now 1 upon 3 into pi. They have given us 22 upon 7. So we have to take that only. So it will become 22 upon 7 into 21 into. Now R1 is 20. So it will become 20 square plus 15 square plus 20 into 50. Now here, 7 ones are 7 threes are, and then 3 will also get cancelled. So we get 22 into 20 square is what? 400. So 400 plus 15 square is 225. So it is plus 225, and 20 into 15 will become 300. So it is plus 300. So 22 into, now when you find the sum of all the terms in a bracket, you will get as 925. So 22 into 925 will give us 20350 centimeter cube. Now again, they want us to find the capacity of the tub. So we have to convert into liters. So basically we'll divide it by 1000. Now when we do that, it will become 20.350 liters. So the capacity of the tub is 20.35 liters. I hope you understood this sum. If you are finding my videos useful, please share it with your friends. Do like, share and subscribe my channel for the regular updates. Thank you.